words ending in IUN in English are the same in Spanish, and TIUN in English is spelled with CIUN because that's how you pronounce it. So you don't have the shin in Spanish, but sion. Yes, CIUN. Like condition would be
condición.
Condición. Condición. The condition.
La condición.
La condición. A condition.
Una condición.
Una condición. And what condition?
¿Qué condición?
Right. ¿Qué condición? And reservation would be?
Reservación.
Right. Reservación. So everything in Asian, everything that ends in Asian, so the A is pronounced A, so Asian is Asión. 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 So again, reservation.
Reservación.
Reservación, right. So the V, pronounced with your lips, like a soft B. Reservación is reservation. The reservation would be?
La reservación.
La reservación. A reservation.
Una reservación.
Una reservación. And what reservation?
¿Qué reservación?
¿Qué reservación? How would you say, do you have the confirmation of the reservation for me for tonight? The word for of is de, spelled D-E, de. So the confirmation of the reservation would be?
La confirmación
of the reservation.
De la reservación.
Right. La confirmación de la reservación. And do you have the confirmation of the reservation for me for tonight would be?
Tiene la confirmación
of the reservation?
De la reservación.
Not de, but de.
De
De la
reservación.
De la reservación for me.
Para mí.
For tonight.
Para esta noche.
Right. So do you have tiene the confirmation of the reservation, la confirmación de la reservación for me, para esta noche, for tonight. If you want to say what kind of reservation, for what kind, in Spanish you say what type, and type is tipo, tipo, tipo. So what type of reservation do you have for me would be?
¿Qué tipo
of
de
reservation
reservación
do you have for me? Do you have?
Tiene
for me.
Para mí.
Para
mí.
Right. Para mí.
Para mí.
For tonight.
Esta noche.
For tonight.
Oh, para esta noche.
Right. So what kind of reservation, qué tipo de reservación do you have, tiene, for me, para mí, for tonight, para esta noche? They may ask you, what kind of reservation do you want?
¿Qué tipo?
¿Qué?
¿Qué tipo de reservación
do you want?
Quiere.
Right. ¿Qué tipo de reservación quiere? What kind of reservation do you want? There were well over 1,000 nouns, 1,000 words in English and in Spanish that end in ION. Close to 1,200. So we don't have to go through all of them. You name it and you can say it. Just a few exceptions, maybe 3. Like translation. In Spanish is not translación, but traducción. Traducción. If you want to say, I need a translation, would be, I need I need is I necessitate.
Oh. Necesito
a translation.
Una traducción.
Right. Necesito una traducción. Can you make a translation for me?
Puede hacer.
Right. Puede hacer
Hacer
a translation for me.
una traducción
For me.
para mí.
Right. Puede hacer, can you make, puede hacer una traducción para mí. Puede, can you, is also used for will you please. So, will you make a translation for me? Or can you make a translation? It's the same. Puede hacer una traducción para mí. Of course, there's a difference in English between will you please and can you. In Spanish, the difference will be with puede, with can, is expressed for, if you want to use can you, that becomes a question. If you instead of saying, will you make a translation, which you just said, puede hacer una traducción para mí, por favor, please, por favor. But can you make a translation? That becomes a question and you will use inflection.
¿Puede hacerlo? No.
Yes, puede hacer una traducción para mí? That becomes can you? Can you? Yes or no? There's a difference. So again, to do or to make is
Hacer.
hacer. To do it,
Hacerlo.
hacerlo. Spelled in one word, hacerlo. If you want to say, will you please do it for me, would be, will you do it for me, is can you do it for me?
Puede.
Puede.
Hacerlo para mí.
Puede hacerlo para mí, por favor. Yes, please. But if you want to say, can you do it for me? Can you do it for me today? That becomes now a question.
Puede.
Once more.
Puede
do it.
Hacer.
It.
Hacerlo
For me.
para mí.
Aha, today is hoy. Hoy. Spelled H-O-Y. Hoy. Hoy is today. Hoy. So, puede hacerlo para mí hoy? Yes. Now, if you make it a question, then it is can you. Again, will you make a translation for me would be, will you please?
¿Puede
Right.
hacer una traducción para mí?
Now you use the question, and that was correct for, can you make a translation for me? Can you? Mm-hmm. Yes.
But will you is...
But if you want to say, will you please, then that is not a question.
Right.
Yes. So say again, will you make a translation? Will you or can you make a translation for me?
¿Puede hacer una traducción para mí?
Para mí.
Para mí.
Right. Puede hacer una traducción para mí. Now you can throw in por favor if you wish, please. So traducción is one of the exceptions. Another exception is explanation in Spanish. It's not explanation, but explication. Explicación. To give is dar. To donate, dar. D-A-R, dar. So if you want to say, will you give an explanation? Can you give an explanation would be?
¿Puede dar una explanación? Explicación.
Right. Puede dar una explicación. But if you want to say, can you give an explanation, that becomes a question.
Puede dar una explicación?
Right. Puede dar una explicación? Can you? Yes. Yes or no? verbs that are derived from nouns that are similar in English and in Spanish, verbs also will be similar. You just add an AR to the English. For instance, let's take formation. Formation would be
Formationa.
No. The noun, formation.
Formación.
Formación, yes. So it's an ION noun, formación, but then the verb to form, you add an AR to the English to form, and you have formar. To conform would be
conformar.
Yes, but since you have whenever you have a consonant at the end, you have to hit the ending. The one single stress will be at the end.
Conformar.
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 Conformar, yes, is to conform. And to confirm would be
Confirma.
You have to hit the ending.
Confirm. No. Confirmar.
Right, confirmar. Which means that with all verbs in Spanish, the infinitive, meaning the whole verb, in English, you use to confirm, to eat, to know, to see. That to form of a verb, yes, the whole verb, which is also called infinitive, in Spanish is expressed in an ending. And that ending has an R. That three types of verbs. AR, pronounced R, like hablar, is to speak. Or ER, comer, to eat. Or IR, venir, is to come. Salir is to leave. You may have seen the signs at the airport, salida, exit, salir, to leave. But all verbs have an R at the end, so therefore you have to hit the ending. Which means that whenever you have a consonant at the end of a word, the one single stress will be at the end. Whenever you have a vowel at the end of a word, the one single stress which they allow you to use is on the penultimate syllable, on the syllable before last. Tengo, quiero, necesito, importante, restaurante. So whenever, I repeat, whenever you have a vowel at the end, you push down on the syllable before last, on the penultimate syllable. Whenever you have a consonant at the end, the one single stress will be at the end. Except for two consonants, except for N and S. When you have an N at the end or an S at the end, then the push, the stress, will be on the penultimate syllable, on the syllable before last, the same as with vowels. To make it easy for you to remember, in the English word nose, you have an N, you have an S, and vowels. So whenever you have a nose situation, meaning N, S, or any vowel, you push down on the penultimate syllable, on the syllable before last. That is my nose rule. With all other consonants, the stress will be at the end, except for the NS, that is the nose. There are words, however, where the one single stress will be placed in defiance of my nose rule. If and whenever that happens, They're very nice about it, very accommodating. Because whenever a stress will be placed in defiance of the nose rule, you will have an accent in Spanish. That accent will show you where to place the one single stress if it is in defiance of the nose rule. So, if you go to Spain and you want to go to Mérida, how would you spell Mérida?
M-E with an accent.
Mm-hmm.
R-I-D-A.
Right. M-E, and you have an accent over the E, because it's Mérida. Without the accent, it would be Mérida. But it is not Mérida, but Mérida. And you have an accent. You also have Mérida, incidentally, in Yucatan, in Mexico. If Mexico is Mexico, you have an accent over the E. Otherwise, it would be Mexico, but it is Mexico. Now, what is reservation in Spanish?
Reservación.
Reservación. You have an N at the end. Actually, according to the nose rule, it should not be reservación, but reservación. But it is not reservación, but reservación. Therefore, with all ION nouns, you will find an accent over the O, because you hit the ending in defiance of my nose rule. So with all 1,000 or 1,200 nouns ending in ION, you will find an accent over the O. Condición, posición, and so on. Situation would be
Situación.
right. Situación. Impression would be
Impresación.
try again.
Impresión.
Right. Impresión. And in Spanish you only have one S, you don't double the S. Impresión. So what impression do you have of the situation would be?
¿Qué impresión
Do you have?
tiene?
What's more?
Tiene
Tiene, right? Of the situation.
de la situación. Situación.
Right. Que impresión, the word for like that or that way is
Así.
así, spelled.
A-S-I with an accent over the I.
Right. A is I, and you have an accent over the I, because without the accent it would be así. The word for here is aquí. How would you spell aquí? The K sound in Spanish is spelled with a Q-U. So aquí would be spelled?
A-Q-U-I with an accent.
The accent where?
Over the I.
Right. A-Q-U-I with an accent over the I. It's aquí. Without the accent it would be aquí. So aquí. How would you say, will you make a reservation for me? Will you? Meaning, can you make a reservation for me?
Puede hacer
Right.
una reservación
For me.
para mí.
Right. Para mí. Yes?
Para mí.
If you say para mí, that would be, can you make a reservation for me?
Right.
Yes?
Right.
If you use a question mark. There's a difference. Puede hacer una reservación para mí, por favor, if you want to say please. But if you want to say, can you make a reservation for me? That becomes a question. Can you or can you not? ¿Puede hacer una reservación para mí? How would you say, why can't you make a reservation for me?
¿Por qué
Can you not?
no puede?
No push.
No puede
Right. ¿Por qué no puede make?
hacer una reservación para mí?
Right. ¿Por qué no puede hacer una reservación para mí? Why can't you do it?
¿Por qué no puede hacerlo?
Right. ¿Por qué no puede hacerlo? So again, to know is
Saber.
saber, S-A-B-E-R. And to see is
Ver.
bear, yes. But V-E-R, yes. So saber, to know, bear, to see. I want to know it.
Quiero
Quiero know
saberlo.
Quiero saberlo. I want to see it.
Quiero verlo.
Verlo, yes. Spelled in one word, V-E-R-L-O. Quiero verlo. So, verlo is to see it. To see you would be verle. L-E. To see them would be verlos. Los for them. If to see them, if them are all ladies, all feminine, girls and women, that would be las. But if you have 10,000 women and there's one man los there, it still will be los. So, I want to see them would be...
Quiero verlos.
Right. Quiero verlos. Or quiero verlas if them are all women. I want to see it.
Quiero verlo. Bello.
Right. Once more.
Quiero verlo.
Right. Quiero verlo. And I want to see you. Instead of verlo, make it
Verle. Verle.
verle. Yes. So I want to see you.
Quiero verle.
Quiero verle. And to see me would be verme. Verme. Me spelled M-E like in English. Me. So we have two types of me. Let's take to understand is comprender. To comprehend, to understand. Comprender. Comprender. To understand it would be
Comprenderlo.
comprenderlo. To understand you,
Comprenderle.
comprenderle, right. To understand them,
Comprenderlos.
comprenderlos. To understand them, all ladies,
Comprenderlas.
yes, but don't hit the ending.
Comprenderlas.
Comprenderlas. To understand me,
Comprendermi.
comprenderme. Comprenderme. Can you understand me? Would be
Puede.
no. Push.
Puede.
Right. Puede. Puede.
Comprenderme.
Right. Puede comprenderme. Can you understand me? Why can't you understand me?
¿Por qué no
Why-
puedo comprender?
You just puedo means why can I not?
No puede
Right.
comprenderme.
Right. ¿Por qué no puede comprenderme? Why can't you understand me? To say or to tell is decir. Decir spelled D-E-C-I-R. Decir. In Madrid you will say decir for the TH sound. Decir. Decir or decir. So decir, to say or to tell. Decir. Ir. I-R. Decir. So again, to say, to tell.
Decir.
Decir. Yes, once more.
Desir.
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 Ir.
Desir.
What's more?
Desir.
Desir. What's more?
Desir.
Yeah, but don't break it up.
Desir. Desir.
Right. Desir. What's more?
Desir.
Right. To tell it would be.
Decirlo.
What's more?
Decirlo.
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 To tell you.
Decirle.
Decirle. To tell me.
Decirme.
Decirme. Can you tell me, or will you tell me, would be.
Puede.
Only one push.
Puede.
Puede.
Puede decirme.
Right. Puede decirme. Why can't you tell me? Why can't you tell me now?
¿Por qué?
¿Por qué?
¿Por qué no puede decirme ahora?
Right. ¿Por qué no puede decirme ahora? I want to know it.
Quiero saberlo.
Right. Quiero saberlo. To buy is comprar. Comprar. C-O-M-P-R-A-R. Comprar. To buy. I want to buy something here. Would be.
Quiero comprar
algo here.
aquí.
Right. Quiero comprar algo aquí. What do you want to buy here? What do you want? What is...
¿Qué?
Do you want?
Quiere.
Yes, little more push.
¿Qué quiere?
Right. Que quiere?
¿Qué quiere?
To buy?
Comprar.
C-O-M-P-R-A-R. Comprar.
¿Qué quiere comprar?
Here.
Aquí.
Right. Que quiere comprar aquí. So why don't you want to buy it?
¿Por qué
Don't you want?
no quiere?
Once more?
¿Por qué no quiere
Right. ¿Por qué no quiere to buy it?
comprar?
The word for expensive is caro. Caro. C-A-R-O. Like an expensive car. Yes, caro is expensive. So it is very expensive.
Es muy caro.
Right. Es muy caro. What does I have?
Tengo.
Tengo. You have?
Tiene.
Tiene. Do you have it?
Oh, lo tiene?
Right? Lo tiene? Why don't you have it for me?
¿Por qué no lo tiene para mí?
Para
mí.
Para mí, right. ¿Por qué no lo tiene para mí? But to have, the whole verb, to have, is tener. Tenacious. Tener. Spelled T-E-N-E-R. Tener, to have. Like, I want to have it because I need it.
Quiero tenerlo.
Right. Quiero tenerlo. I want to have it because I need it.
Porque lo necesito.
Right. Porque lo necesito. Quiero tenerlo porque lo necesito. I want to have it because I need it. What is I have?
Tengo.
You have?
Tiene.
Tiene. And to have.
Tener.
Tener. Right. If you want to say, in English, you can say I have and also I have to. I have to in English means I must. Like I have to know is I must know. And you have a similar situation in Spanish. I have is
Tener.
I have.
Tengo.
Tengo. But I have to or I must is tengo que. So you add que to the verb tener and you have must or have to. Tengo que. Tengo que is I have to. Tengo que. Spelled in two words, but in speaking you don't break it up. Like in English, you don't say I have to do it. Yes, but I have to do it. Oh, how would you say that in Spanish? I have to do it.
Tengo que.
Tengo que.
Tengo que hacerlo.
Right. Tengo que, I have to. To do it, hacerlo. Tengo que hacerlo. I have to do it. To leave is salir. Salir. S-A-L-I-R. Salir. I have to leave. I have to.
Tengo que.
Not que, but que.
Tengo que.
Tengo que.
Tengo que salir.
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 Right. Tengo que salir. If you want to say soon, would be pronto. 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 So I have to leave soon would be
Tengo que salir.
tengo que.
Tengo que salir.
Salir.
Salir pronto.
Right. Tengo que salir pronto. Whereas you have
Tiene.
tiene. But you have to or you must would be
Tiene que.
tiene que. You have to do it.
Tiene que hacerlo.
Tiene que hacerlo. When is cuando. Cuando is when. Cuando. When do you have to do it?
Cuando.
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 Once more. Cuando.
Cuando.
No.
Cuando.
Right. And there's only one push.
Cuando.
Right. Cuando.
Cuando.
You have to do it.
Tiene que
Tiene que.
hacerlo.
Right. Cuando. Tiene que hacerlo. When do you have to do it? What is to say or to tell?
Decir.
Decir. Decir or decir. Decir. D-E-C-I-R is to say, to tell. So, to tell it would be
Decirlo.
decirlo. To tell you,
Decirle.
decirle. To tell me,
Decirme.
decir,
Decirme.
decirme. So, will you tell me or can you tell me would be
Puede.
only one push.
Puede.
Puede. Tell me.
Decirme.
Right. Puede decirme. Puede decirme. Can you tell me or will you tell me? But if you really want to say, can you tell me? That becomes a question. That would be,
Puede decirme.
right? Puede decirme? Yes or no? If you say, puede decirme, then you want to know, yes, can you or can you not? Puede decirme? But without the question mark, puede decirme would be, can you tell me or will you tell me? How would you say, will you tell me why you cannot do it that way?
Puede decirme por qué.
Puede decirme por qué?
¿Por qué?
You cannot do it that way.
No puede hacerlo.
Yes, no puede.
No puede hacerlo así.
Right. Puede decirme? Can you tell me or will you tell me? ¿Por qué? Why? No puede, you cannot. No puede hacerlo así. You cannot do it that way. Words in English ending in ical, like political, economical, and so on, are similar in Spanish. And in Spanish, all the stuff like political would be politico. Politico. Economical would be
economico.
Economico. Philosophical.
Filosófico.
Philosophico. How would you say logical?
Logical.
The G. Yes.
Lógico.
Lógico is right. Lógico. Yes. Lógico. How would you say it is not logical, but it is very practical that way?
No es lógico.
No es lógico, but
Pero
it is very practical.
es muy práctico.
That
Así.
way. Right. No es lógico, pero es muy práctico. Así. The political situation. In Spanish, you say the situation, and then you describe what kind of situation. So, the political situation would be
La situación político.
Now, since it is a la word, instead of politico, you make it politica. Because in Spanish, you make a distinction between Roberto and Roberta. So, Roberto is masculine, he, and Roberta is a feminine name. So, politico, but the situation is la situación. A la word will have politica. La situación política. The economical situation would be
La situación económica.
la situación económica. How would you say the political and economical situation?
La situación política y económica.
Right. In Spain would be en España. In Mexico would be en Mexico. In Argentina would be
En Argentina.
right. In Argentina. How would you say, what impression do you have of the political and economical situation in Spain right now? What impression do you have?
¿Qué impresión
Right? Do you have?
tiene
Once more?
tiene
Tiene. Of the
de la situación política
and economical. How much is cuánto? Quantity, cuánto. How much? Not to be confused with cuándo, when. Cuándo with the D is when. Cuánto is how much. How would you say, will you or can you tell me how much it is?
puede
Tell me.
decirme
Right. Puede decirme how much it is?
cuánto es
Right. ¿Puede decirme cuánto es? Because I need it.
porque lo necesito.
Right. Porque lo necesito. And I want to have it.
E
And is y.
y
I want.
Quiero.
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 Once more.
Quiero.
Only one push.
Quiero.
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 To have it.
Tenerlo.
Right. Quiero tenerlo. And I want to buy it. And I want to buy it.
Quiero.
Once more.
Quiero.
Quiero to buy it.
Comprar.
Comprar.
Comprar. Comprarlo.
Comprarlo. Comprarlo. Comprarlo. Y quiero comprarlo. If it is not very expensive. If is sí. Sí. S-I. Sí. The same as yes. Sí.
Sí.
Sí. It is not very expensive.
No es muy.
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 Muy. Cost.
No. Expensive is an expensive car.
Caro.
Caro. Yes. Sí no es muy caro. Yes. Sí no es muy caro. I am is estoy. Estoy. Estoy is spelled E-S-T-O-Y. Estoy. I am busy would be I am occupied. Occupied is ocupado. Ocupado. So I am busy would be
Estoy ocupado.
Ocupado. Yes, estoy ocupado. So you will say ocupado for masculine. Yes, if you say estoy ocupado. If you say I am busy for feminine.
Estoy ocupada.
Ocupada, right. Estoy ocupada. The word for tired is cansado. 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 Or cansada. So I am tired would be
Estoy cansada. Estoy cansada.
Don't make yourself feminine.
Estoy cansado.
Right. Estoy cansado. You will say, I am tired.
Estoy cansada.
Right. And estoy cansada for feminine. If you take out the N of cansado, you will get casado. Casa means house, and casado means housed. To be housed in Spanish means to be married. So again, I am is
Estoy.
I am not very busy today. You remember today is hoy. H-O-Y. Hoy. So I'm not very busy today would be
No estoy muy ocupada.
Ocupado. Today.
Hoy.
Hoy. Right. So once more. I'm not very busy today.
No estoy ocupado.
Very busy.
No estoy muy ocupado hoy.
Right. No estoy muy ocupado hoy. You are would be está. You are busy would be
Está ocupado.
Está ocupado depending on who you're talking to. If you're talking to a lady, you are busy would be
Está ocupada.
right. So if you want to ask a lady, are you busy now?
Está ocupada ahora.
Right. Está ocupada ahora? You're asking a man, are you busy now?
Está ocupado ahora.
Right. Está ocupado ahora? Yeah, how would you spell está?
E-S-T-A?
Yes. ESTA. But ESTA, I would pronounce esta. Like in esta noche.
E-S-T-A-R.
Hmm?
E-S-T-A-R.
Oh, that would be a star. Yes, a star would mean to be. To be a star, of course. A star is to be. But I didn't say a star, but a sta.
E-S-T-A with an accent.
Right.
Over the A.
Right, there you have it. Yes, a sta. E-S-T-A with an accent over the A. That makes a difference between a sta for you are, or esta without the accent, which means this. Like in esta noche, we had this night. Esta casa, this house. Mesa, M-E-S-A means the table. Esta mesa, this table. But esta, E-S-T-A with an accent over the A, means you are. If you want to say, where are you, would be, you remember where?
Donde.
Donde. Donde.
Donde.
So where are you? Where are you now?
Donde
Are you?
está?
Right. So say it again.
Donde está?
Right. ¿Dónde está? No.
Ahora.
Right. ¿Dónde está ahora? How is como. Como is how. Como. How are you? Would be.
¿Cómo está?
Right. ¿Cómo está? How are you? So you may greet somebody and say, Buenos dias. Buenos dias actually is plural and means good days. Buenos, for plural, he has an S, and dias, good days. Yes. So you don't just wish a good day, all the good days. Buenos dias is hello, good day. How are you? Again, buenos dias. How are you?
Buenos días.
Buenos, once more.
Oh, buenos días.
Buenos
¿Cómo,
dias.
¿Cómo está?
¿Cómo está? Yes. So, ¿cómo está? How are you? So, if you want to say, are you busy now?
Está.
It has to be very clear.
Está.
Está?
Está ocupado.
Only one push.
Está ocupado.
Ocupado.
Ocupado ahora.
Right. Está ocupado ahora? Or you're asking a lady, are you busy?
Está ocupada ahora.
But only one push.
Está ocupada
Right.
ahora.
Right. Está ocupada ahora? If you want to ask, are you tired? You ask a man.
¿Está cansado?
Right. Está cansado? You're asking a woman.
¿Está cansada?
Está cansada? I am going, in Spanish, is boy. Oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. 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 Spelled V-O-Y. Boy, yes, I'm going. Boy. Boy. Again, the V, pronounced with your lips, like a B. Boy. Boy. I'm going. Boy. But usually, you're going to do something. You're going to eat, you're going to the market, you're going to the movies, you're going to someplace or to do something. Therefore, after boy, I'm going, you will use boy, a. A, spelled A, meaning to, which you use with going. Going to, so I'm going to would be boy, a. Boy, a, I'm going two. So it's always boy a. I'm going. Though it is spelled in two words, but in the spoken language, you contract the boy a to boya. Boya. You make it practically one word. In speaking, boya, boya, boya. So you don't break it up. You don't say boy a, but boya, boya. So if you want to say, I'm going to eat now, would be
Voy a comer.
right, voy a comer now.
Ahora.
Right, voy a comer ahora. I'm going to buy it.
Voy a comprarlo.
Right, voy a comprarlo. I'm not going to buy it because it's very expensive.
No voy a comprarlo.
No voy a, once more.
No voy a comprarlo.
Right.
¿Por qué?
Porque it is very expensive.
Es muy caro.
Right. Porque es muy caro. Because it's very expensive. So, no voy a comprarlo. I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to tell you would be
Voy a decir.
yes, I'm going to tell you.
Voy a decirle.
Right. Voy a decirle. Voy a decirle. I'm going to tell you. The word for late is tarde. To be tardy. Tarde. T-A-R-D-E. Tarde is late. Very late would be
Muy tarde.
right. So it is very late.
Es muy tarde.
Right. Es muy tarde. But later in Spanish is more late. The word for more is más. You may have heard, because it's used so much, the expression más o menos. Have you ever heard that? So más o menos means more or less. Más means more, M-A-S. O, just spelled O. The O is an O, not O but O, like in obey. So you have más o. And menos, M-E-N-O-S, means minus or less. So más o menos means more or less or just about. Más o menos, used a lot for just about, approximately. Más o menos, más o menos, más o menos. So más, more late would be más.
Más o menos.
Más o menos is more or less. Just more late.
Más o...
No. Más.
Más tarde.
Right, más tarde. Más tarde means later. Later. What was to be? To be is...
A star.
Right, to be a star, of course. What else? A star, to be. So, I'm going to be here later would be...
Voy a
To be
estar
here
aquí.
Later, more late. More is
Más tarde.
right. Voy a estar aquí más tarde.